Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Great Awakening Generator with me, Rose McNair. And today we are doing the tapping technique series, and the sub series of that is Boom and Bust. Welcome, Barb.
Hi, Rose. Lovely to be here again.
Thank you for coming. Thank you again for your commitment and time to this. It's a really interesting journey we're taking with this, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's amazing where it can lead us.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me, Barb, what are we doing today?
Well, today we're going to work on the fear that you have of not having enough money. We're going to keep it in the present time and just show people how they can tap down any fears or reactions they have to things like bills coming in or emails or things like that.
Yes.
Before we do, we just better quickly do that disclaimer.
Yes.
So if you're under any medical advice or supervision, this does not supersede it. Before you change anything, check with your doctor or specialist.
Yes.
And a reminder to drink water.
Very good.
While you're tapping.
Yes.
And tap along with us.
Great. I want to say something before we carry on. I have, the last two series we did the episode that we did about the Bounty chocolate.
Oh, yes.
I actually feel I got a Bounty chocolate in the last week. Since that time, I've only had like two, right? So this has been about a month now, right? Where I used to maybe have it twice a week. Right, but I just didn't have this desire to eat it like I do usually. And so I just want to say that it is effective. I also got my yoga mat out. Remember I said in the last episode, I got my yoga mat out, but now I got my yoga mat out. And a couple of days ago, actually not a couple of days ago, yesterday, I was on the mat and I did my stuff. And I actually need to be on my yoga mat at least every other day. It's a realization of these things, because that's what's going to help me navigate current times. So thank you. I just wanted to give some feedback on it. Sorry, I didn't mean to surprise you like that, but okay.
No, thanks for the feedback, Rose. It's always nice to get feedback. And even though I know tapping works, it's just nice to get that reassurance from people that the work we've done is working, and that it's sticking is the big thing.
Yeah, it's effective. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking this morning, I was just listening to, or meditating this morning actually, and the guy says, which is I think is a great thing to hold on to, and is that which we seek is seeking us.
Yes, I heard this
before.
Which I
love. So it's just a matter of removing the blocks that we have and being open to receiving it, because it's looking for us as much as we're looking for it.
Can I ask, are you okay to say who you were doing that guided meditation with?
It's just one on YouTube. It's called Powerful Manifesting, or you can manifest almost anything.
Okay, because I've heard this recently too, and I've been doing a meditation with somebody called Michael, and he's from Beyond Healing and Beyond, and he said that too. It's like, he said exactly those lines that you just said.
Really resonates.
Yeah, yeah.
It resonates with the work that we, the reason we do the work that we do to remove all the things blocking us.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to get going with it. Are we ready for it?
I've had some water. Absolutely. So, Rose, you have this fear of not having enough money.
Yes. Yeah.
So just tapping on the side of your hand, I just want you to tune into that. And with present day things that happen, how do you know that you have this fear? How does it show up in your life at the moment?
Well, because bills turn up, and then you look at the bank account and you think, well, okay, that doesn't match the totals of the bills. And so you think, oh, okay, I don't have enough to cover all of that. How am I going to do that? So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so is it when you look at the bank account specifically and see how much money is in there, that you sort of have a reaction of some sort, or the thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. That's a thought. Well, okay, well, how am I going to cover that? Or if I think in my head, okay, what do I expect to get paid this week? And I think, oh, will that cover everything? Then I think, oh, maybe it's not going to, and how am I going to do that?
Yeah. So what intensity that reaction, is it just in the thoughts, or do you notice a physical reaction in your body? If you were to imagine yourself here now looking at your phone or your laptop and seeing that bank account balance, being aware of that bill, what happens for you?
Oh, just a little bit of tension in the chest, I think, because like starts to stiffen up the body, like, oh my gosh, yeah.
And what intensity have you got on that? How strong is it?
I'd probably say it's a 10 because, you know, I just had that thought not a couple of hours ago. So it's like, okay, yeah. So 10.
Okay, cool. All right. So just taking a nice breath in and out. And so this happens, this tension in your upper chest and stiffening of the body, almost bracing yourself, is it?
Yeah, yeah. And it's also, I feel like it's in the throat as well. It's almost like, you know, there's this tension going up the throat. It's like, okay, how to, you know, it's like some block in the speech about it. It's like, oh, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. So even
Even though
I have this really big thing that happens
I have this really big thing that happens
when I look at my bank account
when I look at my bank account
and I'm aware of the bills that I need to pay.
and I'm aware of the bills that I need to pay.
Right here, right now, I'm safe.
Right here, right now, I am safe.
And I'm willing to love and accept myself anyway.
And I'm willing to love and accept myself anyway.
Just onto the top of the head. This big thing.
This big thing.
Eyebrow point. This reaction.
This reaction.
Yeah. Side of the eye. This is actually really large for me.
This is really large for me.
Yeah. Under the eye. This huge thing that happens.
This huge thing that happens.
Under the nose. This reaction in my body.
This reaction in my body.
Chin point. All of these thoughts.
All of these thoughts.
Yeah. It's big for me.
It's big for me.
This fear.
This fear.
Yes. Side of the hand. It's really big for me.
It's really big for me.
Just take a nice breath in and out. And if you, without going into it, if you just imagine looking at your computer or laptop and seeing your bank account balance and being aware of those bills, how strong is that reaction for you now?
I'm going to say it's still pretty strong. I think it's a 9 still.
Yep. Okay. So if this reaction had a shape and a color, what would that be?
Yellow, brown.
Yellow, brown. And is that inside of your body or outside of your body?
Maybe it's inside. I feel like it's down the column.
Down the column.
You know, this column.
Yep.
The body.
So it's just, even though I have this yellow-brown reaction. Down the column. When I think about all of this. And I love and accept myself anyway. This yellow-brown reaction. Down the column. When I just imagine this happening. This yellow-brown reaction. Down the column. When I think of all of these thoughts. This yellow-brown reaction. Down the column. When I imagine all of this happening. Nice. And another nice breath in and out, Rose. What's happened to that reaction now?
Almost like it's washing away. Like I see like half of that column just dissipating, and there's, you know, it's still carrying on washing away. So, you know, I can see the brown, yellow next to each other, and it's just all washing off.
And so, how strong is that reaction now?
Probably a 6.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, the yawning carries on. So
I like the yawning. That means that energy's moving. That's exactly what we want.
Huh.
So even though I have this remaining brown yellow. Down the column. And I can see it washing away. I love and accept myself anyway. This brown yellow. Down the column. I can see it washing away. When I imagine. Looking at that bank account. With the awareness that I have bills to pay. And not sure of what's coming in this week. This big reaction down my column.
This big reaction down my column.
It's brown yellow,
It's brown yellow,
top of the head, and it's washing away.
and it's washing away.
This big reaction down my column.
This big reaction down my column.
When I realize how much money I have in my bank account.
When I realize how much money I have in my bank account.
And that doesn't tally with the bills that I have to pay.
And it doesn't tally with the bills that I have to pay.
Yeah. This big yellow-brown reaction.
And this big yellow-brown reaction.
When I look at my bank account.
When I look at my bank account.
And I calculate how much money I need.
And I calculate how much money I need.
Against the bills that I have to pay.
Against the bills that I have to pay.
This big yellow-brown reaction.
This big yellow-brown reaction.
Down my column.
Down my column.
Cool. Another nice relaxing breath in and out, Rose. And when you imagine now looking at your bank account.
I could hear
what reaction do you have now?
Oh, sorry. I've just been hearing like those poker machines going off, you know. I'm not a gambler.
Poker machine.
I'm not a gambler, by the way. I don't do poker machines really, and you don't have to be a gambler to do poker machines. I know that, but it's something I never do. But I keep hearing, you know how the money comes off and you get all the 777s and then...
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Interesting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I buy the lotto ticket this week. I don't think it's a lotto ticket. I would be doing that, but I mean, you know. I'm like, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
So when you imagine looking at your bank account balance again now, knowing that there's bills to pay and the two don't tally, what's your reaction to that now?
It's okay. I actually see money there before now when I didn't see it before. And I see 4 figures with the point double, you know, the point cents, 2 figures following the point cents. So, you know, because you can see four digits, but, you know, so yeah, I see 4 digits and I even see specific numbers in there. So that's pretty good. And right now it's more than I've even asked for or need.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So is there any fear or intensity about not having enough when you look at that bank account now?
I think maybe we're at a 3. I don't think we're at a 1 or a 0 yet.
Yep. And how do you know that's a 3? What's happening for you?
Because even though I'm seeing the numbers, I've got this, will that continue? Like, you know, can I continue with that? Yeah. I want to be able to continue being able to be in that space where it's there. I'm taken care of. I know it, you know.
Yep. Cool. So and I forgot to mention, if any memories come up associated with that, with any of this, we're not going to work on them today at all, but we could give them an abstract name and just become aware of them for the future, that they might be what's holding up this belief. So just notice any memories that might come up. And
yeah, I think it's just doubt, you know, because it's been like this for a while, and I think it's just a conditioning thing. It's what the mind is used to. It's like, oh my gosh, you know how when you see it, you see, oh my gosh, I've got this amazing thing. Is it really true? You know, because it's like I've waited so long for that or whatever. It's like, yeah. So so what would we call that? We would call that the tree of unbelief. Or
okay, so let's just do some tapping. Even though it's about a 3.
It's about a 3.
It's not quite all gone.
It's not quite all gone.
And I love and accept myself anyway.
And I love and accept myself anyway.
I can hear the sound of the poker machine.
I can hear the sound of the poker machine.
With money coming out.
Money coming out.
I'm not even a gambler.
I'm not even a gambler.
You don't have to be a gambler to pay poker machines.
You don't have to be a gambler to play poker machines.
And I can hear the money tinkling out.
And I can hear the money tinkling out.
Yeah. And when I see my bank account now.
When I see my bank account now.
I can see the numbers in there.
I can see the numbers in there.
I can see 4 digits.
I can see 4 digits.
And I still have a bit of reaction.
And I still have a bit of reaction.
I wonder, will this continue?
I wonder, will this continue?
It's just doubt.
It's just doubt.
It's conditioning.
It's conditioning.
I wonder, is this really true?
I wonder if this is really true.
Can I make it, or will it continue?
Will it continue?
Yeah, this doubt.
This doubt.
This doubt.
This doubt.
Is it really true?
Is it really true?
Will it continue?
Will it continue?
Take a nice breath in and out. So when you imagine looking at that bank account now, how strong is the fear?
It's not strong. It's actually like, oh yeah, well, that's there today, and there will be more coming through. And that more coming through has to be, it's taken care of. It's nothing to worry about. It's always going to show up.
Okay.
It's going to show up, always going to show up.
It's always
And it's always going to show up. Yeah, quite a journey, this.
Yeah. Is there any doubt there now?
No, I feel pretty chilled. I feel pretty chilled about it. I feel like, yeah, just go with the flow. And then the flow will keep bringing flow into it as well.
Okay.
Going with the flow is very important. It's always,
Yeah.
it's important when you get to the stage of realizing it's you going with the flow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important. Yes. So just Rose, if you can do for us now, just imagine, do you usually receive your bills in the mail, or do you open an email?
I open it in an email.
Okay, so just imagine for me now opening an email and one of your bills have arrived,
Yes.
and then going and checking in your bank account
Mm-hmm.
to see whether, if you've got enough to cover and that sort of thing. And what is your reaction when you do that now?
Oh, that's easy. We got the money. The money's there. We'll pay it. That's I owe that. I'm happy to pay that. I'm always happy to pay what I owe.
Yeah.
But this time I'll pay it when it's due. I'll schedule it. I'll do it, and it will go through.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah, ease and flow. I think. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just one more little round of tapping. So even though I have had this fear of not having enough,
I've had this fear of not having enough,
and this doubt that there'll be enough money in my bank account,
and that there is doubt that there would be enough money in my bank account.
Yeah. And I don't have that now.
And I don't have that now.
When I imagine receiving a bill.
When I imagine receiving a bill.
And checking my bank account. I can see that there's enough to cover it.
I can see that there is enough to cover it.
And the money's going to keep in.
And the money is going to keep coming in.
Yeah, I believe that it's going to continue.
I believe that it's going to continue.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
Yeah. There's enough money in my bank account.
There's enough money in my bank account.
I can see the 4 digits.
Sorry. I can see the 4 digits.
Just to
oh, sorry.
I can hear the tinkling of the poker machine.
I'm sorry. I can hear the tinkling of the poker machine.
Side of the eye. I know that there's going to be enough.
I know that there's going to be enough.
Under the eye. As long as I'm in the flow.
As long as I'm in the flow.
Under the nose. And being open to receiving this money.
And then open to receiving this money.
Chin point. I always have enough to cover my bills.
I always have enough to cover my bills.
Collarbone point. I'm open to receiving more.
I'm open to receiving more.
Yeah. Under the arm. I always pay my bills.
I always pay my bills.
Yeah. Side of the hand. Staying in the flow.
Staying in the flow.
Realizing that there's always enough.
Realizing that there is always enough.
Yeah. Just take a nice breath in and out. Oh, so that's probably us done for today. If anything comes up in the future, of course, we'd look at that. But for now, just enjoy that.
I will.
Drink plenty of water and take care of yourself.
Thank you, Barb.
Do some grounding, have a little bit of time to yourself to allow that to process.
Sure. Yes, of course. Oh, I'm sorry. Have to
That's
eat
right.
It's good. Well, thank you so much, Barb. Thank you for your time today. And everyone, We're really appreciating this series and the time that this series and the time that Bob's given to us. And I hope that you're benefiting from it. And please, if you are, please don't be shy to share it with us. Send some comments through, like it, watch it, share it with your friends. This has got longevity, and it is applicable anytime you catch it. Anytime you catch it. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.